Dill Pickle Reaper from Buc-ee's. So Buc-ee's is a staple gas station, car wash, convenience store. They make food in there. I heard their pulled pork sandwiches are really good. Every time my dad and I stopped through in our trip through Texas, I just never was real hungry at the time, so I never tried one. Plus the place, I went to like 3 or 4 different ones, super busy every time we were in there as well. But there was a particular sauce, not this one, that I wanted to pick up, which I'll review later, which is their Taco Reaper. But they had this one and it said new, and I'd never seen this one in their lineup before. Dill Pickle Reaper. 25 calories on this guy. Ingredients: dill pickles, consisting of cucumbers, water, vinegar, salt, alum, calcium chloride, natural flavoring, sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, olerin turmeric, and yellow number 5 color, jalapeno peppers, fresh garlic, white vinegar, olive oil, spices, dry dill weed, and reaper peppers. And as you can see, it has a nice color to it. It's kind of an olive green color. But again, I like their labels. They're fun. And again, all of their labels, and they've got about at least 10 plus different sauces at this point. Habanero, scorpion. I should have got the 7-pot, but I didn't. I only picked up this one and the Taco Reaper. And they had like a nacho cheese hot sauce that was on the new shelf as well with this one. And I was almost tempted to get it, but I said no. And I think these were reasonably priced. I don't remember, but they were like, I don't know, no more than $10. But I was excited to get to a Buc-ee's. Always heard about Buc-ee's. Never been. My dad and I were on vacation doing some road tripping, and at first I had to kind of talk him into, Pops, let's stop at Buc-ee's. And then by, I don't know, the second, third, maybe 4th time that we stopped at a Buc-ee's, again, we're on a road trip, so we're constantly, we're filling up gas, doing different things. We came through Texas on 2 different occasions. So we were in Texas, then out of Texas, and then later on came back through Texas, out of Texas again. So good stretch in there. But by then, he was all about it. The gas prices were, I think, the cheapest we could find. Anyways, let's give it a shot. I'm excited. I like a good dill pickle hot sauce. And it smells like a dill pickle. What do you know? Can smell the garlic. Definitely not picking up the Reaper smell to this at all. It doesn't even smell hot. Maybe just an underlying bit of heat in there, but not a lot. Dill Pickle Reaper from Buc-ee's. You can see the dill weed in there. I like that. So it's got a nice pour to it. It's a little liquidy, but there's some bits and pieces. Looks to have some good texture to it. Again, it's a beautiful color. Off the spoon, the smell is about the same as it is in the bottle, except for just right there, right on the back end, you can smell a little bit more heat, if you will, than what I could get out of the bottle. Cheers, friends. Let's try this. I'll tell you this, be careful. It's much hotter than what you get from the look and the smell of the sauce. And it comes on pretty quick. Right off the jump, you get the garlic, you get the dill pickle taste, you get the dill weed taste. And it's still on the palate. All of those flavors are still there. But pretty quickly as well, that heat just kind of comes in. And it's kind of surprising, that first bite. It was real surprising. I mean, I knew it was going to have something because I've heard Buc-ee sauces are actually legit, good, well-made sauces. And having this been the only one I've ever tried, I'll attest to that. This is phenomenally well done. It tastes fresh. It tastes like a super hot dill pickle. So this will go fantastic with fish, cold cut sandwiches. You could use it on chicken, pork. You could use it on a taco. Anything that you like pickles on. A chicken sandwich might be interesting with this. I like a good pickle on my chicken sandwich, so let's try another spoonful of this. It's really good. Ooh, that was a really good pour there. It's a little bit runny, so if you were to use it like on a burrito or a hand eating application, it might run a little bit. I've got already a nice good sizzle right on the roof of my mouth and the tip of my tongue. I want to see if it does the same thing on this bite where it just kind of gave you a burst of heat. Yeah, it warms up your whole face. It warms up your whole palate. I like the texture to it. There's a lot of bits and little pieces in there. So when you move it around the mouth, you know, you're tasting different things in it. There's a lot of pulp to it. It's kind of pulpy. But I like my hot sauce to have a little bit of texture to it, a little bit of bits and pieces. And this has that. I think it's got to be the fresh garlic aspect and, of course, that dried dill weed. No onion in there. It's a phenomenal sauce. It's really good. It's one of the better pickle sauces I've ever had. Wow. Well done, Buc-ee's. Well done. It's got my head is warm. It's got good heat to it. It's not like super duper hot, but it's there. It's noticeable. And again, it's real fresh, real flavorful, real pickle forward. While that lasts in the mouth and on the taste buds and in the on the palate and all of that, it's still there. All of those flavors I'm still tasting. But that heat hits you quick. And on the swallow, it does hit the back of the throat, but there's no heat or burn in the throat after you've swallowed it. It's kind of unique in that aspect, especially by using a Reaper pepper for your majority of heat. Having the Reaper pepper on the very bottom of the ingredients list generally means that that's the least ingredient in the bottle. It'd be scary to see what they could do with something like this if the Reaper pepper was further up on the ingredients list, because this is warm. Is it the hottest Reaper based sauce I've ever had? Of course not. But I don't think that's what they were going for. I think this was designed and made to taste like a dill pickle, and they've succeeded in that tenfold. It's a fantastic sauce. Really good. Buc-ee's Dill Pickle Reaper. Thanks for watching.